FunFlus 这个队的话，我觉得他们的中野的默契配合都是特别的好的，这点我们可能需要更加的注意一些，以免他们的中野追着我一个人偷砍。但是我觉得我们打FunFlus 的话，赢的概率虽然不大，但是我会和我们的中单一起来对抗对面的中野的。
Hope they won't chase after me. That's right. Well, that happened in game one. Let me tell you, that wasn't confidence coming out there either, Az.
They should take their own advice. That's what they should do. Like, of course, they're coming into this one as underdogs, but when you talk about dealing with that mid jungle, you got to start dealing with that mid jungle. They ran rampant on them.
Yeah, Tian was in the jungle 99% of the time. But, I mean, will it happen again? Look at what's been picked up this time, the Lee Sin over on SinoDragon's side.
FPX still got a pretty decent composition now. It's Gimgoon on the Vladimir. On the other side, Xiaopeng gets his excellent Lee Sin. So I just want to see that. It looks like a pretty damn good. Ooh, and you got Changhong's Sion.
Oh, true.
That's what I love to see. Great front-to-back late-game team fighting, but at least they have some Guerrilla games. Let's just get right to it.
Much better composition. Let's jump into game number 2, because FPX, it looks quite straightforward as well. We're not seeing the Tentacle, we're not seeing the Cassiopeia let through as well, or rather picked up by FPX, but Gimgoon's back on the carry in the top lane, and Doinb plays Vladimir mid. I think we add another one here. I'm not even sure if he's just trying to get the scale up, but we'll find out. Game 2. SinoDragon need to form this up, or firm rather, because we hyped this matchup saying it had playoff implications. It does. For SinoDragon especially, they need this win, with strength of schedule being everything in the LPL.
The magic number for everybody out there is number 6. For SinoDragons right now, the last day of the LPL, they go up against Suning. So if they lose everything except for that set, then they can get at 6 wins. If, you know, Suning win that set, while Suning loses everything else, then they get 6 wins. So 6 wins is like the bar that you have.
Definitely the baseline.
Yeah, the baseline that you need. And for SinoDragons, like, if they win this, wonderful. You continue to push up that limit, that bar. So teams like LGD, who's still in the running, you know, OMG, that still has that hope. Vici Gaming, they're a little bit sadder. So we'll have to see if they end up winning this set. Puts a lot into the, I guess, all of that wrench into the works.
Yep. Due to SinoDragon's earlier win over teams like Rogue Warriors. Rogue Warriors actually, fun fact, only team that are technically out at the moment. Just due to their Suning and SinoDragon sets as well. So
for a lot of teams, there are still 4 sets to go with, and remember, points matter. So if you are still tied in series win, which is possible for about like 4 or 5 teams, there are no, you know, what is it called again? Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers do not exist in the LPL. We go towards points, then head-to-head. And in the past, you'd say, okay, then you go to fastest time. But guess what? You only got 1 round robin. You only faced each other once. So head-to-head is going to matter.
100%. At this point, if you're talking about playoffs, FPX feel pretty safe at the moment. Still need this win against SinoDragon, but TAP at 10 wins, sitting right now, feel pretty comfortable. Still, due to the competitive nature of the LPL and how everything's going this split, no one is safe. And that's what I want to focus on. And in this second game, FPX need to play, you know, just as well as they did in game number 1. Very different compositions here. Tian going on the Jarvin this time around, looking for that counter jungle potential that he showed on the Lee Sin, but hang on, top side, Gimgoon.
Super close to being in kill range.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's an inspiration tree, so able to heal right back up immediately, likely picking up the Time Warp Tonic. So Changhong, he's going to be fine. But any more of those, and you know that Tian's been topside, he is going to look for a dive. Already seeing Xiaopeng just in case.
Remember, this is Electrocute Jarvin, not into the Conqueror there. You have Precision second coming in, so that burst of damage is choosing to take it mid. Twila waiting here for the W to come through, but Twila doesn't use it just yet, flashes away. Might have used it earlier in an engage.
He wanted to hold on to it. That's the whole trick. You know, you hold on towards your summoners, maybe you keep it. But what certainly happens is you lose half your HP. So ends up having to flash anyways. Twila would have been better off just to have the burn flash to begin with.
Yeah. Twila now forced all the way back in this lane. Has teleport as well here. Still sitting only level 3. Tian, after getting that, moves up to the top side of the map, continues clearing out.
And what you'd expect here for Tian is to stay topside. After taking Krugs, he might have to base and move bottom side momentarily. But keeping Gimgoon up is in that priority list.
Yep.
Where Gimgoon on the carry champion, up against Sun, that's where you prioritize the matchup. The worry here is that Vladimir eventually would want to get shoved in here. Hex Drinker is a possibility for Twila in AP matchups that he's going to have problems with. And then he starts being able to push up in matchups. Tian is here just for a gank.
Oh, Law's down on the Flawless Duet. Another flash burnt by Tian.
Doing real well early.
Again.
The last series we saw from FPX up against EDG, I thought Tian played phenomenally. Played to the right side of the map, was able to get flashes out of lanes constantly, bottom lane, mid lane. Feels like there is no lane that he tends to prioritize more than every, mid lane. Mid lane he does. So mid lane he does, but like on side lanes, he looks for the wave that's crashing in or being pulled out. He's been the best at being able to do that in the league.
I mean, so is Chris. Chris has been roaming around quite a lot. Going back through the VODs, IG, even RNG, EDG. For FPX, Chris has just been an absolute menace on things like the Thresh, the Alistar as well. He's been moving as much as the rest of the team. FPX rotating around all of their lanes. And I guess vice versa as well. Always on the move.
There's so many points of protection here. If you're looking towards what Xiaopeng can do to look to either upset the bottom lane, Crisp and LWX, with Crisp roaming out, maybe you can find a pick. But once they hit level 6, you can't touch that lane. Alistar is super easy to protect here. And then on top of that, LWX himself, not only does he have the double summoners of Cleanse and Flash, but will always use his ultimate to be able to help out Alistar. So Alistar has the extra incentive to always use his abilities to protect the Kalista, knowing that he has the Kalista ultimate to bring him on back.
I will say, however, still a good news story here for SinoDragon, as their bottom laner equal in CS Raz.
There we go.
LWX is going okay. Now for the top side of the map. Can Xiaopeng do anything here?
It's going to be hard, but Changhong can tank a lot here. They don't have Corki roaming. He has good control wards, which he can play through, but he wants to stick through the lane. So interesting that we saw that just not working out.
Yeah, missing the decimating smash. No need to follow in for Xiaopeng, it seems. Walking back towards the mid lane, still has topside river control, but a couple of cheeky wards there while FPX focus on the bottom side.
Good mind games. Sign pushing up top lane, so Xiaopeng was just there to mirror him. Tian was pretty aware of that, had a control ward to his side just in case Corki ended up warding it, and is able to get this easy dragon.
Side priority means LWX Chris can help once again. Mouth to start us off. Watch this, Raz. There it is. See that coming a mile away. FPX cheer again.
This is the game that people were wanting to look for. We got clouds, oceans in the last series. This time around, FPX, the ones bringing the fire.
LWX seems pretty happy with it. So Infernal to look forward to. 6 minutes in the game. No big gold lead just yet. Pretty standard here, which is going to be so much better for SinoDragon. Not because of their composition, just because of the recovery from last game. They've been a team that has surprised us so far in this LPL spring.
Uh-oh. Might want to go back where you came from.
Level 5 versus level 5. Yeah, Xiaopeng's out of there. Krug's given over. Gimgoon might be in as well. Remember, Conqueror versus the Grasp of the Undying. Gimgoon will be able to penetrate him. That's a weird Vanguard's edge. And
you just assume that it hit.
Yeah.
You wouldn't assume for the Irelia that close to you to miss. So he's like, all right, well, I'll use mine to get out.
That was a mind game ulti from Irelia.
You want to call it that?
Have to call it something.
So one question mark for me is actually going to be the Kerche Shard on Gala.
Okay.
I don't like that. I think there's always technically that kind of burst that works for you, but you should just want to get to your either your Blade of the Rinking early, but I like Infinity Edge early on so you can evolve your Q much earlier on. It's also a pretty smooth sailing spike. Once you get your Infinity Edge, which is the hardest one to pick up, then it's smooth sailing. And this has been a pretty slow game in comparison to the rest. You have a composition is set to play it slow. And if that's the case, you want to be able to build in that fashion. I think Infinity Edge makes a lot more sense than what the Kerche Shard early on.
I can't believe you know how to say that word, Raz. I always said Kacheus.
Well, you're Australian, that's why I give you that. You know.
All right. Well, I don't think anyone's version of saying that word is right, to be quite honest.
I think, yeah, technically everyone's wrong until Riot Games comes out and say Kashaz.
Kashaz. It's a region in the north.
They'll find something.
Either way, you've got that versus the Vampiric Scepter. Still 10 CS lead there for LWX. Laning phase has been fantastic, but it helps when you have a lot of pressure in the bottom side of the map. This game's been very different, however. Mid-top there for Tian. Now transitioning his way down there after, with Infernal Dragon, you can see the pressure going to build up here for FPX.
At some point, Sino needs to do something. They picked up the Sion so he can do well on his own, and he's been doing great. Changhong on Sion has been wonderful in the past, and this game is no different.
Yep.
Only question here is when you pick up like Kalista, Corki, you know, Galio, you're thinking late game. But right now, the state of the map is saying you have to fight early. Changhong rotating early on so he can at least be, you know, have a clear path to ult towards the bottom side of the map. That's what's important. Because if they give away Mountain and Infernal this early on in the game, they will have as tough of a time as they did in the first.
At least they're finally making a move, SinoDragon. Xiaopeng rotating back around, but will be spotted out by a ward. LWX and Chris just back on off. Infernal has 2 minutes, so the timer now set on the clock as Xiaopeng is going to look to invade here.
I want to check to see if Corki has package. 9 minutes into the game, and he didn't really find that many back times. Also, recently the game just hasn't been having Corki yelling. I'm sad when I don't get that information.
Kind of interested why it stopped.
I think it's a spectator thing.
Ah.
Yeah, there he is. He's on package.
All right.
Package coming up 8 minutes into the game. That's easy to play around. And with Infernal Dragon coming up in a minute's time, teams usually hold on a package. They don't want to pick it up like just to have a shove in mid lane. That's not that effective. Sure. So they leave it out in the field longer so they can have it up for the major objectives. So Twila's not going to have his package up for Infernal Dragon.
And gets just threatened off, of course, timed out there. I'm very proud of Doinb just walking up into the Corki and trying to find favorable trades. The man is absolutely insane. Still 10 CS behind in this lane, so able to pick up the Proto Belt and able to clear that wave out. Means that, yes, no package there on Twila. Dragon's up in a minute.
That's a good ward. People wonder why that ward is there for. Sure, it'll catch up a lot of people in rotation. But with Dragon coming up in 40 seconds, that's actually a great teleport ward. So make sure that Twila and Changhong are in your frame of view. Where are you going? Oh, he's going top lane.
That's ultimate burn just to get back into the wave. But 30 seconds off, Changhong has TP. No ultimate available for this next fight.
3 minions.
Hell yeah.
Get those 3 minions. You need my Sion ultimate for Dragon? I need it for minions. Get me that goal.
He doesn't have it to run into Gimgoon. Xiaopeng even coming up to the top lane. Look at this 1v1 trade. Decimating Smash. Sweeps across Gimgoon.
It's satisfying.
Yeah. Are they just going to give up Infernal for Rift Herald though?
Oh,
or are we just going to fight?
So I think they have a good timing to be able to pick this one up and then move to defend Dragon. So you could already see they're trying to look for a fight.
Yeah, this is 2 versus 4. Off timing here for FPX. Jungler gets caught out. Tian forced on back as well. Hero's entrance coming in. Chris knocked on up to SinoDragon. They take themselves a heal like Doinb. Flushes forward. How does the Vladimir do it? But how does LWX do it? As he ran City, baby. Flash on from Mark. LWX is caught out, but in comes the ultimate immediately. Gala trying to turn this fight around, but Gimgoon's in as well. Full mana, full HP, and now onto Mark. Doinb rejoins the fight, and FPX, if you want to play Chaos in front of them, they'll play it better.
Yeah, that was like multiple flanks. Remember, Vladimir, no one even knew that he was coming out of the back. They should have. He was coming at a pretty obvious angle, but that was an insta-kill onto the back line. That was real fun to see. I want to see a replay on that one because it was SinoDragons that had the positioning on the Rift Herald to begin with, and they were the one that wanted the fight. And so they get a lot of damage on Tian down. Sure, they wanted to be able to get the kill, but if you tell me you've just eliminated the jungler from the fight to begin with, I'll say you won out this fight. You should be in a great position. So take a look at Doinb. He sees an angle on towards Xiaopeng. He's like, I'll get the kill on it early. Even flashes away, so he's actually not even getting damage anymore. And we still didn't get to see how LWX and Chris were moving on towards Corki, so wow.
We're back live. Gets bopped away. Infernal will it go down to SinoDragon? Looks like yes, but who's going to take the fight? FPX seem to think it's them. Doinb forcing his way out while the kick comes out. Look at his sandwich coming in again, Raz.
Doinb
has the Crimson Rush. Chris goes in for one last hurrah. 5 versus 5. Health advantage over to FPX, but you don't know them like we do.
Chris was the type of person to risk his life to get the team fighting.
Hey, we finally got Changhong's ultimate through the middle. FPX do drop into 2. Tian now looking for Gala, but will have the support of the rest of his team. Tian drops as well. FPX going horribly wrong, but Doinb's in the middle, still alive. Can he get the Crimson Rush?
Yeah,
almost! Wait for it! Finds it onto Changhong, but Doinb wins the war, cleans him up. Messy fight, but SinoDragon come out victors.
FPX were holding on to that fight, just waiting for Alistar to get another headbutt pulverize combo down, but yeah, he died really early. He just got chunked out in the initial engage, so take a look at this. Because yeah, it was a cute idea to boot him out of the pit, but you didn't have anyone else. Jarvin comes in so late, so at that point, you should be feeling safe to just concede the dragon. But it was an Infernal Dragon, and so they tried to fight for it. Now take a look at Chris, already so low, so even this is too much. And so them sticking around, trying to bide their time, Doinb goes at it at a different angle so he can find a way around back. This was a great Sion snipe to get the kill on Alistar. You rarely see a Sion just darting forward towards the support. It happens in this fight.
But I'll tell you what, that was a messy fight. Doinb does clean up one off the back end, but survived very long.
You don't get to see a lot of AD carries say, all right, 2v5, I like the mods. LWX is jumping right in there to back up Doinb.
He's thinking about game number 1. He's about getting to this top side as well. Infernal was picked up at the start of that fight from SinoDragon. Keep track because there is another one spawning in about 4 minutes time.
This series, it's relentless for teams that want to scale.
Yes, it is.
If you don't want to do anything until the Infernal Dragon comes up, it's like a boxing referee. It's like, nah, you guys are not going to be clinching at all. Please fight at all moments of the game.
Yep. I bet you're thinking about the times that refs just get cleaned up in the middle of it.
That one's good too.
Yeah, not even part of the fight.
That kind of feels like this game too.
Yeah.
If there was a ref, he would have been punched about twice by now.
And look at this, the ref's trying to dodge again, but he just gets face first. Chris takes half his health in damage. And now still only surviving for a little bit, but FPX are playing the front to back. This is Doinb chasing up. SinoDragon collapsed on there. Cataclysm kicked on out, but Tian has done enough burn to force away the jungler. Can Twila do any more? As Gala's chasing it up as well. Doinb and Tian on the side, but they found the AD carry. Messy fight. Not even sure what happened, Raz.
All I gotta say is if you ever have confusion of what's happening in the fight, just look at Vladimir. That's all you need to see. Gala thought he had a good chase on him because he's like, Crimson Rush is down. I can chase him down. Cooldowns. No, actually, just kidding. Doinb already got his Crimson Rush back up, and he hit 2 rotations of that on the AD carry.
Yep.
So the beginning of the fight, because it's just going to be fight replay on fight replay. Once again, this looked kind of dodgy here from SinoDragon. But if you just follow Doinb in his journey to the AD carry, it's pretty free. He even gets pushed out a little bit. He's like, oh, yeah, don't worry about me.
Oh, what are you trying to do? Come right back.
That was the best way to play possum.
Yeah. Oh, I like that reference.
There we go.
Very
one of the animals that plays in Australia.
Yeah. Doinb unkillable already, it seems, or almost, at least. FPX pull themselves right back into a lead. Infernal's coming up, and I'm not sure what to make of this game. Game 1 seems so simplistic. FPX running away with things. Game 2 to me feels like I'm at the supermarket and there's nothing there. You know, you go to the aisle where they sell, let's just say, you know, they sell bananas. Let's keep it simple, right?
The banana aisle?
And you know what I'm getting in the banana aisle? I'm getting bread.
What?
I don't, yeah, that's right. What? Like, why?
Banana bread.
It's the most disgusting invention I've ever heard. If you like banana bread,
we're gonna
you're immoral.
We're going to have a discussion afterwards.
I just lost half our audience.
Yeah, you did.
Infernal's coming up as well. This game to me confused me because the sense that FPX taken some of these fights that would have looked so easy in game 1. But now they've kind of brought themselves back into that position where they can take these fights.
So like, I don't like referencing game 1 for decisions because for SinoDragons, they had picked such a poor composition that they were at the whims of FPX throughout the series. The game, that is. For this one, they have some good early game elements. And so they're trying to combat them, and it really is a game now of just playing towards the Infernal Dragons. They don't have a lot of time to get, CS on Twila, put him on side lane. That's what they want to do. But he's been keeping on par 177 CS at 17 minutes, while a lot of Corkis actually go above and beyond that because they've been given the space to go on side lane.
Very true. SDG still playing through this early game. Ripkel doesn't get a charge. At the very least, FPX just wasted away. And with priority on Infernal Dragon here, looks like FPX, they'll either re-engage from this mid-brush or go somewhere else.
Where were you going, Sion?
He was somewhere in another brush. He does find the Decimating Smash. Ryla only onto 1. They get the Infernal Dragon. Double now picked up at FPX. Oh, kicked away. Doinb is playing ping pong with Xiaopeng. But here comes the Vanguard Edge, which misses. The re-engage here from Changhong. They feel like they can do it. Even playing onto Changhong in the backside. Xiaopeng caught out here by Doinb, who has to flash away. The burn is enough in the end. A messy fight to be sure, but one that SinoDragon absolutely cleaned up. Tian sniped out as well. And look at Doinb, he's just been all around the block in this fight.
Chase him down. No, don't even
1v2, here we go. No, I believe it's Doinb. It takes over the blast cone. Gala gets separated. Crimson Rush. One more. Oh, he can't find it. Twila picks up his 3rd kill of the game. Full ace here for SDG.
There are some funny fights out there. That one was a comedic one. That Vladimir got kicked right out of there. I have nothing else to say.
Yep, fair
Vladimir
enough.
came in, got kicked right out.
Vladimir was out.
Oh, we even started at that point too. Boom! Get back! He missed his cue. I think that's for the best. He doesn't want to follow it.
No.
So you see Doinb coming through, and if that Irelia ultimate hit, that actually would have been a great Doinb flank. But unfortunately, there were so many execution errors on the side of FPX that they couldn't even re-engage back into it because Irelia's execution error that followed up.
Sniped out for the end as well. Best part of that fight, as you said, definitely Doinb. Both at the start and the end. So at this point, Raz.
What's up?
I see a Sion on Changhong, and you hyped this up to start the game off.
Hell yeah, I did.
5-1 and 2. Unkillable already, it seems.
Just look at him. He's even so gracious to give his items to the rest of his team, going towards what is, you know, the extra shield he has, Age to the Legion, into Locket of the Iron Solari.
Yeah.
So he's saying, you know what? I'll let you guys have some of my shield. I am such a wealthy side in the top lane. You guys will benefit as well.
Not the only one with a bounty as well. Look at Twila, almost 2 items, so he's going to benefit greatly there off the side. He says, thank you kindly. Infinity Edge coming very, very shortly. And you got a Kalista as well, who, that's a Stormrazer's first, by the way. Okay. Did Gala get the patch notes?
That's actually a lot of AD carries in Korea and all that have actually gone towards Storm Raiders no matter what. It has been perplexing, but it's a very cheap item. It gets you to your Q evolve as well, so it's just about cost of it. It's cost effectiveness. It's really interesting, because remember, Storm Razors actually buffs up Energize.
Yeah.
He picked up the Kerchase Shard really early on.
Ah, he did.
And he also, on top of that, has the Energize effect of Fleet Footwork. So it does benefit you if you go towards the you know, early Energize item on top of what Galio already has, which is Fleet Footwork. So it is nice. It is nice. You're seeing it a lot in solo queue. It's nice to finally see it in professional play.
I'm curious to see what the 2nd and 3rd item are. Gwinsu's, I assume, would be coming up next as per usual. Maybe towards more of the Static Shift just to add it on. Static Shift Kai'Sa, that'd be interesting. I saw Blade of the Rune King Kai'Sa as well last night for context.
Yeah, so it's it really depends on what you're going up against. Because Blade of the Rune King can feel really bad. It's one of those things where you can't get your Q evolve, you can't get, like E-evolve, sure, but you're already going to be gaining that either way. Here comes a dive on a Gimgoon.
Yeah, Vanguard's Edge is out early, teleports in here as well. SinoDragon going to be 3 members down, Gimgoon getting kicked and absolutely
That's a
destroyed.
major gambit. That's a major gambit to send that many people to the bottom lane.
All right, FPX start at the Baron. Let's go. Let's play that
Let's
gambit.
go.
Teleport in from Changhong. Just going mid.
Where they go? Are they just?
Oh, they pulled off the Baron. Cheeky ward in the brush.
Let's go straight mid.
Smart play here from SinoDragon. FPX are thwarted. Still backing away. They lose this for absolutely nothing.
They lose a bottom lane turret as well because Twila stays there. That was a big flex from SinoDragon.
Playing to their strengths. This is what they're known for. SinoDragon looking for their identity in their team. Seems to be around Twila and Changhong at this point. Xiaopeng has great early game. Who facilitates the rest? I think we're getting more of our answer.
So, the speed in which FPX can do Baron is very slow. While they have, of course, the Kalista, sure, she can nail you if there's, you know, any contest because Ren can do a lot.
Yeah.
But if you look across the board in Irelia there, that's so slow that I actually look towards the contest that SinoDragons were doing, both bottom lane, mid lane turret, and they would look to go for an inner as well. That, yeah, that's a great trade, and FPX recognized that they needed to try and defend that.
Smart macro decisions as well. They start walking towards the Baron once again, and were thwarted out again by Changhong. All right, Colonel, you know, this time it's more of a feeling behind it, more of like a, I believe this. Early game for FPX, not as well as it seems. I'm sick of these bugs. But 3K gold lead here for SinoDragon in 23 minutes. Not half bad. We go to that game 3, make me a believer.
Oh, roll that dice. Give me a 3rd Infernal. That's the only reason I care about this. No, camera. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, hang on. Whoa. Package away, that's right.
Back on that dragon.
What is it? Ah,
Okay, it's still Cloud.
All right.
All right, that's all right.
Cloud.
We'll
We'll probably get a third dragon. Oh, no, we won't. Probably not. That's a shame. Double Infernal still there, though.
Yeah, it's still strong for Sino. The fact that they have a Cloud Dragon to follow up on that, I think that's great. Remember, it's in combat movement speed as well. So Gala and Twila can play around that pretty easily.
Yep.
Twila went towards an Infinity Edge first, which, you know, a lot of damage could come across and follow up with that. We want to see the rapid fire cannon next from him, so he has that provided the extra space to work with. Oh yeah, 2 for 1.
Alright, keep doing big blue, why not? So while the next dragon's coming up, still that focus around the Baron buff. For SinoDragon, their warding has been quite stellar so far. A lot of control in this river, and FPX kind of forced back. You can see shadowing around for Gimgoon right now. Doinb in a pretty good position to contest if Changhong brings down the army.
I think he has 40% CDR. I think Doinb is rolling with 40 with that blue.
I think he is.
Yeah, it makes me sad.
Vintage Codex, yeah, man.
Let's go.
That's 40%. Let's absolutely do it. Gimgoon almost worked away that turret as well. This is what they need. Outer turret in the bottom lane. Maybe pressure out from FPX. Are they doing Baron? No, they're not doing Baron.
And for SinoDragons, this point where they have control of the game, a lot of people would be wondering why they're not just starting up on Baron buff, why they're not moving to the next objective. The next objective for them is to farm. They need to get farm on towards Gala and Twila.
Yep.
For Gala, like, right now if you look at his items, 2 items is nice and all. Rodon's Hurricane would be wonderful as well. If he gets 3 items on that one, he is so ready to be able to pick up these fights. Twila, on the other hand, we've been talking about how Corki always needs to be able to get to that 3rd item. 2 items is nice to be able to find himself on side lane. 3 items is when he's battle ready. And having the Hex Drinker early for lane is cool, but he needs to be able to get to that team fight stage.
Getting to a point as well when that rapid fire cannon comes up and gets closer, there'll be a package there to accompany it. Twila almost level 16 as well, so that missile barrage is starting to get very, very deadly. It's 4-1 and 6, and what a better second game here for the mid laner of SinoDragon. Shutting down Tian had hardly any impact there, got some early flashes out in the early game, but Twila stayed safe in his lane, and eventually, like you said earlier in the game, Raz, was able to push out against Doinb and start making work of the matchup.
Now we have, government has put out gold bounties on both solo laners.
Yep.
Watching their every movement on this one. The Gargoyle Stoneplate will be influential, so the fact that now he can join these team fights, slow the attack speed of the Irelia if she joins up, Kalista for certain, which means that, this is why I love Frozen Harden towards the Kalista, slowed movement speed as well. You know, when she's trying to hop, that's much more slower now that her attack speed been hit. So, Sion's looking to push and roam at all times, while if I'm FPX, I want to split up the map. I understand that Vladimir doesn't have the teleport here, but he should be on the side of the map that the rest of the team is on. That means if Baron's going to be up, he needs to be on the top side of the map, and that's what you're seeing currently. So he gets all that experience, solo experience, and minion waves for himself so he can inch towards the rabbit on death cap, and SinoDragons cannot hit that team fight that they're looking for.
It's pretty close. It's unique that you see him optimizing in for a defensive item 3rd, especially when Rabadon's has always been the go-to, whether Vladimir is ahead or not.
They can actually just start this. They've had control over the Baron buff for so long that they've conditioned FPX into thinking that they will not go for it until they get their items.
After showing the mid lane, is that going to be the call? Changhong, remember, his back can be stopped quite easily, or teleport rather, which is almost up and available.
Just depends if they think they can rush it. They don't have Mountain Dragons, sure, but they have a double AD carry in this composition, and they have a Rage Blade on towards Kaisa.
Yep.
That's good enough to just go for it and play that game, but you already see FPX, they have 4 members topside, so they're not going to let them just try and rush it without at least being in the area.
Gamble's still there. Twila's going to find himself in front of Vladimir very shortly. 28 minutes in, so still waiting for that pace to come forward. Xiaopeng and Mark just looking for their pick-off. Want to play it super, super safe. Is this how they do it? Blast Cone not going to be taken this time around. Still skirting around danger.
Eyes on Sion. Look at him. He shoved out that wave, and he's starting to rotate topside. That's a good way to get a play on towards mid lane, but you can already see how respectful FPX are. They are at their inner turrets, just conceding so much pressure.
Yep. Conceding pressure, but not conceding CS. So even though in the 80 carry department, SinoDragon still feel comfortable the longer this game goes on. Doinb, Gimgoon still farming up, still picking up a lot of resources here for the team. 2-3 items there on the carries, so FPX still keeping with the pace.
I always wonder what teams want to do to the package. Some teams, they end up doing nothing with it, while other teams try and concoct plays all the way around it. So picking up a Cloud Dragon is one thing, nothing close. But that means when they get on the map, the package will already be halfway done.
Yep.
So it's me being critical of SinoDragon's not knowing how to play around the package. At least Corki has rapid fire cannon, so he wants to be looking for fights at this point.
Waiting for that item, so was I. There it is, finally. Hextrigger still in hand. So slow paced here from SDG. Still having control fully around the Baron Pit. Twila, package in hand. You wanted to see how they use it? Well, I'm not sure if Twila can find anything from it. He's going deep to find a pick.
They should start Baron at this moment in time. Like, Changhong is ready to push up mid at the same time. They completely pushed him out of red side jungle. They have the pressure to be able to burst it down. There's no reason for them to be hunting this wildly in the jungle when they had package at the time. They don't have it now. I think it's just about, yeah, expired.
Yeah, Pulverize and Cataclysm as well in this jungle. Doinb can turn this fight in the middle of that. So.
Alright, I mean, I guess they're going to be focused on sieging, which is fine. Oh, Twila.
And there's Hema playing, and Twila gone too far. It's going to give a lot of burst down and give Doinb his health back, but still at half health, it's okay. Might be forced to back as well while Gimgoon just chips away at this turret.
The Goon is alone. That's worrying.
I mean, he can keep going.
Oh, they're on the Baron buff.
But, I mean, they do it fast with a double 80 carry comp, but Gimgoon is going to keep going.
Does Gimgoon have teleport? He does, but they would have to set the teleport ward. There it is, but it's gone.
On the side at 1k, denied. Ting gets bopped on back. SinoDragon pick up Baron, but they have to back. FPX, their top player, is unable to pierce through that inhibitor, so SinoDragon win out.
That was a hella good trade from SinoDragon. That's what they were looking for. The fact that they recognized that Gimgoon was just doubling down in the bottom lane. Take our inner tower. You're never going to see it again. Now they have Baron buff, they'll super push that wave bottom side of the map. They'll get control in every lane. And now the concern here for FPX is how are they going to hold that bottom lane inner tower? They won't.
Yep.
The inhibitor mid lane is going to be a harder sell, but that's a rapid fire cannon on Twila who can chip at it. And Changhong, if he ever, he just walks up, all he needs to do, I'll set it out. He walks up, Gargoyle Stoneplate, lock into the Iron Sorcery, and then just bait them to auto attack. That's no damage on the side of FPX that can stop him from doing that.
Yep. Ultis into the back, get brownie points there for the top laner of SDG. Good showcase here against FPX, but they still need to do a lot to close this out. Doinb in the side lane here as a Galio here as
let's
coming
go.
in. They really want to start a fight. SinoDragon may have had the lockdown, but Doinb is slowed on down. Has to flash in the end after the Proto Belt. Teleport coming in as well. This is Gimgoon, but they're still going to sacrifice the turret.
And the next turret, this is a double cannon wave. Let's go. There's going to be a lot of damage taken down. Even doubling down with a teleport. Sion's coming in.
The chicken still has flash. Mark still threatening that with a Justice Punch away. Locked down by Gimgoon here. Inhibitor's going to be exposed. So is mid lane turret. SDG putting the tempo on finally, and it's looking pretty good.
2-for-1 deal. FPX have to do something about this.
Doinb with his wave clear, level 17, but it's not going to matter too much in front of the Baron menus. SDG, is this overcompensation? 5 versus 5 in front of the turrets. SDG going to heal up with the help of Redemption, but in front of the turrets, they've already lost one. The Fate's Call lands, the Cataclysm again, lock on down. FPX still have the damage to follow through, but a 3-man decimating smash from Changhong ends the fight before it's begun. Doinb tries, but tries in might. Sion is just so annoying. Finds himself in the middle, finds himself 3, and SDG bring us to game 3.
And let me tell you what that Jarvin ultimate was doing. It wasn't helping. It was helping the enemy team. That was just Kaisa just firing into the 3 members inside the Jarvin ulti. It was up there for so long. I mean, it was desperation ulti, sure, so they're heavily outdamaged and they were going to lose the fight regardless, but man, that was tough for FPX.
Oh yeah. What a change in character from game 1 to game 2. I said if we go to game 3, SinoDragon would make me believe this, because the way FPX have been playing has been so consistent and concise to the point. But this game, they had absolutely no say, Raz.
I mean, this is rough for FPX. This time around, they had their own game element. It was Xiaopeng, and they were able to push out their advantages, get the team fights around Twila and Gala.
All right, Raz. I almost called you Clement. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. If you did,
you would. I know you'd walk off, but I didn't, so that's okay.